The Project Management Institute is a not-for-profit professional organization for the project management profession with the purpose of advancing project management. Overview: The Project Management Institute offers a range of services to the project management profession such as the development of standards, research, education, publication, networking opportunities in local chapters, hosting conferences and training seminars, and maintaining multiple credentials in project management. PMI has recruited volunteers to create industry standards, such as a guide to the project management body of knowledge, which has been recognized by the American National Standards Institute. In 2012, PMI announced that ISO adapted the project management processes from the PMBOK Guide 4th edition. History: In the 1960s the field of project management had emerged in the aerospace, construction and defense industries. The Project Management Institute was initiated by people from these industries in the academia. It was founded October 1969 at the Georgia Institute of Technology as a non-profit organization devoted exclusively to the field of project management. PMI's objectives in the 1975 were described as to foster recognition of the need for professionalism in project management, provide a forum for the free exchange of project management problems, solutions and applications, coordinate industrial and academic research efforts, develop common terminology and techniques to improve communications, provide interface between users and suppliers of hardware and software systems, and to provide guidelines for instruction and career development in the field of project management. In the 1970s standardization efforts represent about 15% of the Institute's efforts. The functions were performed through the Professional Liaison Committee which called on and coordinated with the Technology, Research Policy and Education Committees. The Institute participated in national activities through the American National Standards Committee XK 36.3 and internationally, through liaison with an appointed observer to Europe's International Project Management Association, by then called Internet. PMI did not deal with the U.S. federal government directly. A number of members were federal employees in agencies involved with project management. In the 1980s project management was maturing as a field, and efforts were made to standardize its procedures and approaches. The Project Management Institute contributed to this development by presenting the first project management body of knowledge in 1986. Late 1990s Virgil I. Carter became president of the Project Management Institute. Under his guidance the number of members tripled to 90,000 members from 120 countries around the globe. In 2002 Carter was succeeded by Gregory Balestrero, who directed the institute into the next decade. The number of members tripled again to 260,000 members from 150 countries in 2008. Credentialing and Certification, launched in 1984, PMI's first credential was the PMP. It has since become a de facto standard certification, along with the PRINCE2 certification, in project management. Over 500,000 people now hold the PMP credential. In 2007, it earned the ANSIG 17024 accreditation from the International Organization for Standardization. Over time, PMI has introduced many other credentials and a certification. Credential holders do not have to be members of PMI. To initially obtain a PMI credential, candidates must document that required education and experience requirements have been met through the application process. Following verification, candidates must pass an examination consisting of multiple-choice questions. To maintain most PMI credentials, holders must earn professional development units which can be earned in a variety of ways such as taking classes, attending PMI global congresses, contributing to professional research or writing and publishing papers on the subject. Most credentials must be renewed every 3 years. A full, updated list can be viewed at PMI official website. These are the certifications and credentials offered by PMI: Credentials, Certified Associate in Project Management Professional, Program Management Professional, Portfolio Management Professional, PMI Agile Certified Practitioner, PMI Risk Management Professional, PMI Scheduling Professional, Certification, PMI certified OPM3 a registered trademark professional. Standards. The standards PMI develop and publish fall into three main categories: foundational standards, practice standards and frameworks, PMI standards extensions. Here is a list of the standards belonging to each category. Foundational standards, a guide to the project management body of knowledge, a Euro 5th edition. Recognized by the American National Standards Institute as an American National Standard. The Standard for Program Management, a Euro 3rd edition. Recognized by the American National Standards Institute as an American National Standard. The Standard for Portfolio Management, a Euro 3rd edition. Recognized by the American National Standards Institute as an American National Standard. Organizational Project Management Maturity Model Knowledge Foundation, a Euro 2nd edition. Recognized by the American National Standards Institute as an American National Standard. Practice Standards and Frameworks, Practice Standard for Project Risk Management, Practice Standard for Earned Value Management, a Euro 2nd edition, Practice Standard for Project Configuration Management, Practice Standard for Work Breakdown Structures, a Euro 2nd edition, Practice Standard for Scheduling, a Euro 2nd edition, Practice Standard for Project Estimating, Project Manager Competency Development Framework, a Euro 2nd edition, PMI Standards Extensions, Construction Extension to the PMBOK Guide, a Euro 3rd edition, Government Extension to the PMBOK Guide, a Euro 3rd edition, Software Extension to the PMBOK Guide, a Euro 5th edition, Combined Standards Glossary. In addition to the above standards, PMI publishes a combined glossary, which provides a comprehensive, alphabetized list of all the acronyms, glossary terms and definitions from the currently published PMI standards publications, Combined Standards Glossary, a Euro 3rd edition. Recognized by the American National Standards Institute as an American National Standard. According to PMI, standards are developed by volunteers in an open, consensus-based process, including an exposure draft process that allows the public to view the standard draft and make change suggestions. See also, a Guide to the Business Analysis Body of Knowledge, Center of Excellence in Project Management, OPM3 a registered trademark, references. This article incorporates a public domain material from websites or documents of the National Institute of Standards and Technology. External links, official website.